Okay, today we're going to build a 3-tier worm bin. To get things started, you're going to need the bins. I'm using styrofoam coolers, 1/4-inch nail, and a utility knife. Styrofoam coolers come with a ridge flat all the way around, but they don't stack so snug, so we want to make a little lip around here so that the coolers will stack on top of each other snugly so they won't fall off each other. So to achieve that, we take the utility knife, put it out to a setting about so, and we go around the edge of the cooler about a 1/4, 1/2 inch in or so. You'll know, more so to the inner side. You don't want to destroy that outer wall out here. Stick the utility knife all the way into the styrofoam, all the way down to the base. It goes down. You're going to keep it on the inner side, not on the outer side, and you're going to go all the way around the styrofoam top. We go to the corner, do a turn, and you continue on. Okay, after the edges are cut all the way on the inner side, you take your thumb, just pinch it off. Continue doing this all the way around. Try to preserve the outer wall. It's going to be your support system. But continue this all the way around. Once that's done, you peel all the sides away, the inner sides. Just kind of smooth it out. First, you're going to want to put some vent holes on the sides. And I'm going to do this with the nail. You can use a drill bit if you want, but about 2 to 4 inches down. I'm choosing about right here. You're going to want to take the nail, just push it in. Wiggle it around, pull it out. About another 2 to 4 inches. You're just going to put it in, wiggle it around, pull it out. This is going to allow airflow through the bins. Helps the worms breathe. You don't want them to get too hot. Real easy. Push it through, twist it, out. Push it through, twist it, out. Repeat on the other side. I'm only doing 2 sides. Get this going. Bam. Bam. Remember the wiggle. We want to get about 1/4 inch holes there. Push, wiggle. Done. Now we're going to place 1/4 inch holes about 2 inches apart all the way along the base of each of the top 2 trays. Remember, do not put holes in the bottom of the collection tray. This is for collecting the tea, is what they call it. So what we do to achieve that is we first choose our bottom tray, which is going to be this guy right here, and we take the other 2 trays and we put it up, or actually we'll just take 1 tray, put it on top, and then we're going to make holes at the bottom of the top tray, in the bottom, about 2 inches apart, going all the way across. Want to place holes in the second box as well, so remember, not the bottom box, only the top 2 boxes are going to have those holes at the bottom base. So, I've already started here. Got it going, nice and pretty. Doesn't have to be, but you just take the nail, shove it right through. Real easy. Goes by pretty quick. You're going to want to take your hand and just lightly brush off these little pieces on the bottom. I'm collecting it on this bottom tray here. That's going to be the liquid tray, but these just brush off real easy. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like when you're finished. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just make sure there's small holes all around the bottom base of the top two coolers. Once you're done, stack the units on top of each other. They stack real nice. Do the little base that we created around here, the little lip, so it just sits right in place. We've got our vent holes on the sides. We've got our drainage holes on the bottom of the two top coolers. Okay, now that all the vent holes are in place on both sides that is, and then on the, not on the bottom tray, but on the next tray, next bin, we put holes at the bottom, down here on the base. And I'm going to cover it with this newspaper just to make sure none of the worms fall through. And then I'm going to add a little bit of compost. And of course I'm going to add some more compost. Add some coconut mulch. Of course we're going to then add a little bit of newspaper shreddings. And we're going to add some worms. We're going to add about 550 of them to get things started. Add a little bit more newspaper clippings. A little bit more mulch. Next we're going to add in our table straps. Kind of mush it up a little bit. From what I understand, they like to be broke down. So I'm going to go ahead and just scrap it in, mushing down when I can. We're going to add a little bit of water. You don't want it to be wet, just moist. And I'm going to top it off with a wet paper towel. Just enough to, you don't want it to be real wet, you just want it to be lightly wrung out. Just lay it over the top of them and you're good to go. Okay, now that we've got our system set up, you can either place the lid on this one right here, because technically you're not going to be using this top tray for about a month or so. I'll get back to you on that. So I'm just going to start with this system right here, and until this fills up, I'll remove the lid, place this on here, start placing my organic material in here in the top bin. The worms are then going to climb into this bin. At that point, once the worms have reached the top bin, I'm going to go ahead and remove this middle bin here and put the compost throughout the yard. That's all. Today we're going to make a, here we go, take two. Hello, today to get things started on making a worm bin is we're going to have to start over because I sound like an idiot. As you see, here we go. Next we're going to take the nail and we're going to place holes at the bottom base of each of the two top coolers. This will allow the worm tea to drain properly through the boxes and to the bottom collection tray. So remember not to put holes in the bottom box. Not a good thing. Okay, so to achieve that, we take the nail and we poke through. Remember, about 2 inches apart, poke through. Poke. So since the coolers, at least these coolers, don't stack snugly, we're going to take about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch around the inner side of the coolers using this utility knife. And we're going to achieve that by putting it out to for the setting, or at least one step notch back. And I sound like an idiot. Here we go. As you can see, the coolers, styrofoam coolers, they stack, but they're kind of moving around. They don't snack. Blip, blip, blip. That's all, folks.